Hi Leos, and welcome to your reading. Also, welcome to my channel if you are new. So this is your love reading for the month of June, and how I typically do my monthly videos is I'm going to do a past, present, and a future spread for you. That way you'll get more confirmation on if this reading is for you and if you should and if it resonates. So looking here at your past spread, before we start, Leos, as I was reviewing your cards and meditating on your cards, I just felt this strong feeling of mourning, like when someone is mourning a loss. And I was like, that's so interesting. Like, I've never felt this way, especially about a love reading. Like, I'm just feeling like someone feels like they made a really bad decision and they took a huge loss, and they're not just regretting, but like I said previously, they're mourning their loss. And I was like, wow, like someone is really, regretting their actions. So let's just get started in your reading so we'll see what really happened. So looking here at your past spread, which are the top three cards, you do have the Eight of Cups, you have the Four of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. And so with this Eight of Cups here, what I'm seeing for you, Leo, is that, what I'm intuitively getting from this card, from the Eight of Cups, is that someone, and I'm saying someone because this is a general reading, so the roles can be reversed. This could be you, this could be the person who you're dealing with. But someone decided to walk away from something, obviously with this Eight of Cups, but what at that moment when they did walk away, they thought that that was the best decision. They thought they were making the right decision. They actually thought that they were moving on to something better, better than what they had in the past. But right now, as we speak, this person doesn't feel that way anymore. They actually feel like they made the wrong decision, regardless of how confident they were when they walked away. And so with this Eight of Cups here, and I just want you to take notice of how the moon is covering the sun, which represents that when this person walked away from whatever they had in the past, they made the decision to walk away without really clearly thinking it through. So it was a decision that wasn't thought about thoroughly. It was a decision that, they probably made due to some form of emotion that they were feeling at that time. So they weren't really using their logic or reasoning, but rather their emotions. But this person just felt like they were doing the right thing. Like they thought that by leaving behind someone or something from the past, that they could move on to something better. It's almost like they didn't want anything to do with whatever they walked away from. It's like they just couldn't see the value in whatever they walked away from. It's sort of like, and I'm getting the word to discard something, like you don't need it anymore, or to treat someone as if they are dispensable, right? As if you can just, like, as if you don't need them anymore, as if, and what I'm also getting is that this person, initially they never felt that way. They actually saw a lot of value, but it's like something about that moment in time where their feelings changed. And I'm not saying that they're a bad feeling. I'm not saying that they're a bad person for that, because feelings do change, but their actions and their feelings heavily contrasted how they initially felt about whatever they walked away from. It's like in the beginning, they valued what they had, they loved what they had, but in that moment in time, it's like they just they just didn't love it anymore. They just didn't see the value in it anymore, which is such a big contrast from how they initially felt. But like I said, this person, it's like they made a decision without really thinking. They acted without thinking. Perhaps something sparked that emotion. Maybe something angered them. Maybe something happened at that exact moment. But their decisions were driven by emotions. It wasn't really something that they thought completely about. And next you have the Four of Wands. So with this Four of Wands, the Four of Wands typically represents a serious commitment. It also represents a serious commitment that can lead to a wedding, because this is a couple here and they're celebrating their wedding day. So this is a general reading, so only take what applies. For some of you, it could be that this person walked away from you and they, started engaging with someone else. But I'm also getting that this person, when they walked away, it's almost like they were venturing out to start a new beginning. And if it's not with someone, it's like with this new idea of a life without you. They were very committed to having a life without you. Whatever it was that they started when they walked away, they were very committed. They were very committed to that decision, and they were very committed to their new life without you. So whether this new life includes someone new, or whether they're not even with someone new, they could be by themselves. But whatever it was, when they walked away, they started something new. And they're very committed to that new life. So perhaps it could be a new partner. If they're not with a new partner, it could be a new lifestyle. I'm seeing them more as a new lifestyle, like a single, like they're now single, they're no longer with you, they're no longer with someone. They're trying to like this new lifestyle of theirs because they were so determined to walk away from whatever they had in the past, because like I said, they had that idea that they were moving on to something better. Next, you have the King of Pentacles. And I actually want to clarify this King of Pentacles. Clarify. Interesting. So I asked for some clarity cards on this King of Pentacles, and the first clarity card that I got was this Two of Wands. Next, you got the Page of Cups. Lastly, you got the Three of Wands. So let's just talk about this Two of Wands clarifying the King of Pentacles. This person really, really thought that they were making the best decision by walking away from whatever they left behind in the past. They were very confident about their decision. I mean, they were set in their ways. They genuinely thought that they were doing the right thing. And with this Two of Wands, that just confirms everything that I just said, because this Two of Wands, if you'll take a look, this gentleman in the image is holding the world in his hand. Which represents that this person felt like they had everything under control, like they knew what decisions to make. They had everything under control. They were going on the right path. They were making the right decisions. This person was very confident that what they were doing was right. But I do want you to take notice of these two wands and their two wands beside them, because although they have this World card in their hand, which represents that they feel like they had everything under control in the past after walking away from you, they were still a little bit defensive. So even though they were confident about their decision to walk away, at the back of their mind, they were still very defensive. And perhaps They were defensive because, I don't care how confident you are about making a decision. When you leave abruptly, especially when you walk out of someone's life abruptly, you're going to feel some sort of guilt. You're always going to have at the back of your mind, did I make the right decision? Especially because here at this 8 of Cups, these are 8 cups. These 8 cups, these 8 golden cups represents everything that this person has built in the past, everything that they put their work, time, and effort into creating, whether this was creating something with you. They put a lot of time to earn these cups. These 8 cups represents everything that they created, whether it was by themselves or whether it was with you. Yet they walked away from everything that they had. This is 8 cups. 8 is quite a high number, is very close to 10. So this is not something that they created, within a day or within a month. This is something that took a lot of time, work, and effort. And they just walked away from it so quickly as if it didn't matter. So it doesn't matter how confident they were about their decision to walk away. At the end of the day, when they're going to sleep at night, they think, or at least they thought, did I make the right decision? Because my decision was quite quick. Did I really think about this decision completely? It's like their ego is telling them that they made the right choice, but they have these 2 wands in their hands to defend themselves and to defend anyone who wants to persuade them otherwise, anyone who disagrees with them, anyone like a friend of theirs might be like, are you sure you made the right decision to just walk away like that? And that's when that ego comes into play and they feel like they made the right decision, like they have everything under control. Next you got the Page of Cups. So this person, this is what, when I looked at this Page of Cups, what I got was that this person is just not being realistic. This person is looking at the brighter side of things, but sometimes in order to be realistic, you have to look at the pros and the cons, okay? Not just the pros, because you can have this ideal outcome in your head, right? This ideal lifestyle of what you want things to be like. But what if things don't turn out like how you expected? At least if you understand the pros and cons, you will be prepared when things don't go your way. But it's almost like this person is driven by an idea. So they're not really logical with this Page of Cups here. It's like they're only looking at what they think is bigger and brighter. But like I said in one of my previous readings, not everything that glitters is gold. Lastly, you got the 3 of Wands. So, how I was saying that this person was so confident in the past? Well, after this person walked away from whatever they walked away from, whether this was you, whatever they left behind, they were so confident in that moment when they were walking away. But later on, I'm telling you that this person, like what I said about this 2 of Wands, this person at the back of their mind, they had some questions as to if they were making the right decision. And with this 3 of Wands, notice how he is looking out, right? He's looking out in the open, and he looks like he's in a good position. Like he looks like he's someone of high position, like, he has power and control. But he also has these 3 wands behind him. So why be so defensive? Why be so paranoid? Why do you feel like you need to defend yourself with these wands when you're in such a high position and you're looking out, you're viewing everything out in the open? It's like that guilt is still sort of haunting them. So looking here at your present spread, you do have the 9 of Swords, you have the 6 of Swords, next you have the Queen of Wands. So presently, and I'm not surprised at all that this 9 of Swords popped out, because, the King of Pentacles ended your past spread, and it sort of led or it leads into your present. So like what I just said about the King of Pentacles and its clarification cards, that this person may feel confident, but at the back of their mind they're still haunted by if the decision that they made was the right decision. And presently they're still feeling that way because of the Knight of Swords represents someone who can't even sleep at night. It's sort of like they're mentally tormented. They have too much going on in their head. They're overthinking. They're being haunted by their past, so much to the point where they can't even get a good night rest. This person's definitely being haunted by their decision, and they're also heavily regretting their decision because now they know that they're not happy. The decision that they thought would make them happy is making them miserable. But you know, this person has an ego. They have a really big ego because just like how they left, I'm strongly sensing that when they walked away, they literally just like treated you as if you were dispensable, like as if you just didn't matter, like they just didn't need you, like as if they never needed you, as if you never did anything good for them. It was that ego of theirs of feeling like they don't need anyone. It's like they'll use you, they'll take the benefits, and then once they don't need you anymore, they'll treat you like that. They'll treat you like they don't need you anymore. And that's what's killing them presently. That's what's causing, these sleepless nights. But this person can always just apologize. Even if you're not willing to accept them back, they can always simply apologize and see if they'll get your forgiveness, just so that your forgiveness will allow them to put their mind at ease. But this person has a really big ego, and instead of doing the right thing, like apologizing or trying to be a better person, they're trying to ball all of that in. Like they're trying to keep all of that in. And with the Six of Swords, it's like, you notice how with this Nine of Swords, this mental torment that's causing them to have sleepless nights, instead of them apologizing to try to put their mind at ease, like what I was saying previously, they're holding that in. They're balling that in, and they're carrying around that guilt and that burden instead of just doing what's right and apologizing to you and seeing if it can be fixed. And if you don't want this person back, or if they don't want you back, depending on who did who wrong, at least they could apologize and just get it off their chest. And if they don't get forgiveness, at least they still did the right thing and they can just move on. But this person has an ego, and they're not wanting to do that. They're wanting to pretend like everything's okay. And they're carrying this burden. They're carrying this guilt around. It's like, if you look here at the Six of Swords, you'll see this woman, I mean, at least it looks like a woman, and she's carrying the swords in the boat, and this gentleman here is moving the boat. Like they're not even trying to get the swords out of the boat. They're okay with the swords being in the boat, and they're traveling around with the swords in the boat. And I'm seeing these swords as the same swords that is burdening them. And with this Queen of Wands, if you look at the Queen of Wands, you'll see that she's holding two completely different things in each hand. In one hand, she's holding a wand. There we go with these wands. In the other hand, she's holding a flower. Now you have a wand and a flower. These are two completely different things. They represent two completely different things. So right now, this person is very indecisive as to what to do. It's like they're holding, this person's they have a very big ego, and they're willing to defend their ego. But right now, this person, of course, they have their wands. They've always had their wands to defend their decisions, to defend their actions, to defend their ego. But in the other hand, it's sort of like, well, if this person will take me back, I'll be okay with it. It's like they don't know what decisions to make, but if you do come towards this person, they'll be able to they'll be willing to accept you, but it shouldn't be about them accepting you. If anything, it should be about you accepting them. At least if you're the innocent one in this situation. It's like this person is waiting for you to take action. Whoever is the innocent one, they're waiting for you to take action and come to them. But to be honest, they should be the one coming to you. So it's like until you come to them, they're still going to be in their, egoistical ways. Um, they're still going to be the same. They're still going to be the same. They're going to have a big ego, and unless you approach them about the situation, then I guess they'll be willing to talk to you about it. They'll be willing to like give up whatever ego trip, ego game that they were playing. But in the end, you shouldn't be the one who should, be going to them, especially if you're the innocent one. So I'm just going to take away your past spread so that I'll have room to show you your future. So looking here at your future spread, you do have the 8 of Pentacles, the Fool card, and then you have the 9 of Pentacles. Oh wow. So with this 8 of Pentacles, this person in the future, okay, so what I just got was, how I said that this person is like sitting back and they're waiting for you to say something or do something in order for them to take action. You're not going to do that. Okay? Whoever is the innocent one, they're not going to come forward. And I don't blame them for that, because like I was saying, if they did nothing wrong, the person who did them wrong should be the one coming forward and apologizing and trying to fix things. But someone has a really big ego. But like I was saying, whoever is the innocent one in this situation, they're not going to come forward. They're not. And I like that, because that's going to sort of humble this person, and it's going to teach them that if they do care about you, if they really do want to fix this, they're going to have to genuinely change, and they're going to have to put in that effort. Nobody's going to do it for them. And so in the future, with this 8 of Pentacles, this person, if they're the one who did you wrong, they're going to put in a lot of effort to try to fix this. But I'm seeing this 8 of Pentacles as more of like as an internal growth. I'm seeing this person working on themselves, working to better themselves, which is the best way to show that you're sorry in a connection like this, to show that, hey, I was wrong. I had some traits that were toxic, but I worked on myself, and I'm ready to fix this. So with this Fool card, this person is going to be willing to take a lot of risks with you. It's like that ego that they once had, they no longer have it. And remember what I said about this 8 of Pentacles, it's because they're going to work on themselves, like internally, to be a better person and to get rid of those like negative traits, so much to the point where when this person comes forward to you, they're going to be very selfless. Like that ego, that very big ego that they once had, it's no longer going to be like that. They're going to be willing to take a lot of risks. They're going to be willing to, finally be submissive or vulnerable, like finally be willing to open up and be real, instead of always like, trying to have this facade with that big ego, whatever they were having, whatever they were doing in the past that clearly wasn't working. And so with this 9 of Pentacles here, this 9 of Pentacles, when I looked at it, the word that I got was peace and balance. And I've never gotten those words before, but with this 9 of Pentacles, there's going to be balance. There's going to be peace. It's like you're finally going to, if you were the innocent one, right? If this person was the one who did you wrong, they're finally going to meet you halfway. And I'm seeing that they're finally going to be willing to be vulnerable and open up to you, because you can't be closed off in a connection. Like you can't be afraid of showing your soft side to someone. You have to be willing to open up and meet that person halfway. And so if there was a lack of balance before in the past, there definitely will be balance in the future. And I'm just getting the word peace. Like certain, with the word peace, what I'm also getting is like, I feel like in the past you constantly had like, there were arguments, and the arguments were about things that you guys shouldn't have even had to argue about. Like, they were about simple things that this person should have known better. It was like you guys would argue about things that you shouldn't have had to, and I'm not saying you're wrong, but like, there's just certain things that you shouldn't have to teach someone how to act in a connection. You shouldn't have to tell someone, oh, open up to me or be vulnerable with me. You shouldn't have to tell someone to do that. But I'm saying, like, in the past, there were probably some arguments and you had some complaints because they were not doing certain things, and you always had to like tell them how to act or how to be with you or how to treat you. Like, certain things that just shouldn't have been an argument if they would have done what was right, if they would have been a good partner for you. But that's not going to be like that anymore, because like I said, this person will meet you halfway. So Leos, you guys had a very positive reading. Thank you guys so much for watching my videos. Please do like, comment, and subscribe, because I do post quite frequently. And if you are interested in a personal reading, I do have the link to my website in the description box. So thank you guys so much, and you guys have a great day.